The U.S. National Hurricane Center, NHC, has downgraded Lisa from a hurricane to a tropical storm, noting that as of 6 o'clock GMT, the eye hovered about 85 miles, 135 kilometers, outside of Belize City and was moving towards Guatemala and southeastern Mexico at 12 miles per hour, 19 kilometers per hour. For the next day or so, the storm system is expected to pack a gusty punch and deliver heavy rain. Swells and flash flooding to Central America's northern coast and the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula, further weakening as it moves inland. Lisa slammed into the Sibon River just southwest of economic hub and former capital Belize City around 21:20 Greenwich Mean Time on Wednesday, uprooting trees, downing power lines and inundating streets. It's very dangerous for us because in Belize it floods quickly, even with moderate rain, Jasmine Ayuso, a 21-year-old secretary, told AFP. A state of emergency was declared in 2 areas, while a countrywide curfew was in effect until dawn on Thursday. Some parts of the country were left without power as the storm lashed the tourist popular coast with maximum sustained winds of around 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers per hour. BL is aware of power outages affecting several areas of the country, the utility wrote on Facebook on Wednesday night. We assure the public that our teams are taking note of the reports of damages to the power system, including fallen power lines and poles. Schools and most businesses were closed and the government set up several shelters. In Belize City and neighboring areas, local media showed buildings had been damaged and flooded, while trees were uprooted. The NHC said Lisa was barreling towards northern Guatemala and southeastern Mexico with a decrease in forward speed expected as it moved over the Bay of Campeche. Lisa arrived not even 3 weeks after the passage of Julia, another Category 1 hurricane, which caused dozens of deaths in Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador. Tropical storm Belize left many of the country's largest cities in the dark, although there have been no reports of deaths or major damage so far in the Caribbean nation known for its tourist attractions. Lisa's eyes rolled about 60 miles, 95 kilometers, west of Belize City, the small nation's main commercial port, targeting northern Guatemala and southeastern Mexico with the promise of heavy rain and strong winds. On Wednesday night, most of Belize City was without electricity and water after Lisa uprooted trees and knocked down power poles. It's been a scary experience, said single mother Angelica Escalante, who works as a translator in the town of Sandhill, outside Belize City, and expressed concern about her neighbor's home. Indeed, some roofs were damaged while flooding to the bungalow houses was also visible, but local officials have yet to quantify the impact of the storm. The center expects rapid weakening as Lisa moves further inland. But steady rainfall and the potential for widespread flooding still pose a significant hazard. The NHC predicts that after Lisa's move to sparsely populated Belize, strong winds and heavy rain will slowly cross the jungles of northern Guatemala and southeastern Mexico, home to ancient Mayan ruins and beach resorts. Weather models over the next few days show Lisa is on track to reach the Gulf of Campeche in the southern Gulf of Mexico, where a major offshore drilling rig operated by national oil company Pemex is located. The model, however, shows the storm system weakening once it reaches the area. The NHC said Lisa was moving west at 12 miles per hour, 19 kilometers per hour, and a strong storm surge could lift tides about 4 to 7 feet, 1 to 2 meters, above normal levels. Belize's government emergency services declared on Wednesday afternoon a state of emergency, including a curfew in 2 districts covering most of the Caribbean coast until Thursday. Officials advised people living in vulnerable areas to move to shelters, adding that border crossings, ports and airports were also ordered closed. President Alejandro Giammattei of neighboring Guatemala told a news conference food rations were being sent to vulnerable areas. Giammattei added that damage was expected in Guatemala's Maya Biosphere Reserve, a stretch of protected rainforest that is home to a rich fauna and a major archaeological site. Guatemala's disaster agency CONRAD said earlier that flooding had hit Melchor de Menchos, the main border with Belize, affecting 95 people and causing moderate damage to several homes. Honduran Fire Chief Wilmer Guerrero said the Lisa caused no damage while passing through the Gulf Islands of Honduras, while its largest island, Roten, suspended a state of emergency there. The NHC also warned of tropical storm conditions between the Mexican border town of Chetumal and Costa Maya, one of the country's most popular cruise ports, although its tropical storm warning did not stretch far north to the popular beach resort of Tulum. The cyclone will also leave rainfall in Campeche and Quintana Roo. Authorities recorded sustained winds of 140 kilometers per hour, which placed it in a Category 1 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. The meteorological phenomenon will leave extremely strong and intense rains in the Mexican states of Tabasco, Chiapas, and Yucatan, as shown Wednesday by the National Water Commission, CONAGUA, which is responsible for monitoring it. The typhoon will also affect other areas such as Campeche and Quintana Roo, where it will cause heavy rains. Authorities warned that the rain could cause landslides and flooding in lower areas, as well as a possible rise in water levels in rivers and streams. On the coast of Quintana Roo, CONAGUA expects wind gusts of 50 to 70 kilometers per hour, which can translate to waves as high as 3 meters. In updated forecasts for the Yucatan Peninsula region, CONAGUA has indicated that wind gusts can reach 100 kilometers and wave heights up to 4 meters. It is also reported that the atmosphere in the Yucatan Peninsula region will remain warm in the morning and hot in the afternoon. Tropical storm Lisa formed today in the Central Caribbean to become the 13th named hurricane of the season, according to the National Hurricane Center. As of 5 p.m., the system is located 665 miles east of Belize City, Belize, and 320 miles southeast of Grand Cayman, with sustained winds of 45 miles per hour moving west at 14 miles per hour.